Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni Viewer, and today I don't have Godzilla news for you, but I do have Kaiju related news that I think you might be interested in. It was recently announced that SRS Cinema has acquired the American distribution rights to Reigo, the deep sea monster versus the battleship Yamato, and Raiga, the monster from the deep sea. Now if I had to guess, quite a few of you out there heard that and thought, what? I've never heard of those before. Well, here's the backstory, and it actually starts with Gamera. When the Heisei Gamera trilogy ended in 1999 with Gamera 3 The Incomplete Struggle, known in the West as Gamera 3 The Revenge of Iris, it concluded the story by... well, I don't actually want to spoil it for you in case you haven't seen it, but let's just say it wasn't the ending a lot of people were expecting, and as a result, a lot of fans were left unsatisfied. A more in-depth analysis of that ending can wait for another day, but the important thing is, one of those unsatisfied fans was Japanese comedian Shinpei Hayashiya. As such, he took it upon himself to write, produce, and direct his own fourth film entitled Gamera 4 Truth. Now, if you haven't seen Gamera 4, you're not the only one. It did manage to make the rounds at a few film festivals way back when, but thanks to the fact that it was not officially sanctioned by Daiei, well, that's about as good as it ever got. It is a fan film, and due to all kinds of legal red tape, it can never actually be distributed for home media or any sort of professional viewing. And no, it has not been uploaded to YouTube, I checked. However, those who have seen Gamera 4 have nothing but praise for it. Even though Hayashima wasn't working with the same resources as the official films, he still did everything he could to make them as good as possible, and by all accounts it paid off. Well, as much as it could pay off considering he's not allowed to make any money from it. Thanks to this reception, Hayashima decided to make his own original kaiju film. The result was the 2005 film Reigo, the deep sea monster versus the battleship Yamato, a simultaneous period piece and alternate history in which Japan's most famous naval vessel met its end not at the hands of the American Navy, but at the fins and claws of a giant sea monster. This was followed up in 2009 with Raiga, the monster from the deep sea, a semi-sequel set in the modern day. The films are admittedly relatively obscure, even I didn't know about them until fairly recently, but they have a pretty strong cult following in Japan. Once I heard about them, I initially felt like I had to resolve myself to the fact that I'd probably never see them, because they are only available in Japan. I do recall at one point finding the complete version of Reigo uploaded to YouTube, but it wasn't subtitled, and I would like to actually know what the characters are saying when I watch this movie. Well, it looks like I've got my chance, because as I said, SRS Cinema, LLC, is officially distributing these movies stateside. I have no doubt in my mind that they're doing this to capitalize on the recent resurgence of popularity kaiju movies have had in America. And yes, this particularly applies to Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong. But hey, I'm not complaining. According to Sci-Fi Japan, the details are still being ironed out, but at the moment the plan is to get Reigo on DVD in the November-December range of 2019, that's this year, while Raiga will be out sometime in the summer of 2020, that's next year. And if the movies do well, SRS Cinema might look into getting even more obscure kaiju movies for distribution. So just thought you guys would like to know that. Keep your eyes open. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it as well as subscribe to the channel for more content of a similar nature. Also, check the description for links to our Twitter, DeviantArt, and Patreon pages, as well as the Amazon link for the novel Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, penned by yours truly. Thank you all, and we appreciate your support.